Okay. Hi. I hope that I can be heard. If there's anyone that can provide a chat, let me. Yeah, there's going to be some feedback. Provide a chat. Okay. All right. I can be heard. Thank you for bearing with me. Again, I appreciate it. Well, this is Megan here with Core 3 Harmony and Wellness Services. Thank you so much for your time. I greatly appreciate it. I know there are many different places you could be right now and many different people you could be listening to. So I appreciate your time. Uh, it is not anything I take lightly, and I don't like to waste people's time. So I'm going to kind of get through all of the introductory stuff and get right down to business here. I am the director and founder of Core 3 Harmony and Wellness Services. Um, I am a music therapist. I am a counselor. I am a holistic health and life coach. And I enjoy helping people to the best of my ability and helping people learn how to do what they know how to do and can do it well when they get help with much needed processes and what have you. Thank you so much for your time again today. And so today we're going to wrap up our relationships with mother series. This is part 3. Um, for any of you who are not subscribed or you're coming across this and you're like, what the heck is this about? Please subscribe. Uh, please provide us with a few kudos, which is the best you can do is giving us a thumbs up. We'd really appreciate it. My goal is to try to go live every Saturday, with the exceptions of there may be some Saturdays I'm not. But my intent is to upload some encouraging, inspirational videos and information in between if I'm not actually able to be present speaking with you as I am right now. For the current subscribers, I greatly appreciate you. Thank you so much. And I understand that we are international in anything that we do now. So if you are in another country, time, and place, I appreciate you. I'd love to hear from you. Um, One of the things I wish I had taken maybe more seriously when I was younger is learning different languages. And I I know that there's still time to do that. I try to in a little bit that I can when maybe I get an opportunity to travel internationally or visit with others who don't who who their primary language is not English. But if you are listening in right now and English is not your primary language or your main language that you speak, I appreciate you. Please bear with me. Um, I have a hard enough time even just speaking English sometimes. So, okay, I'm going to get my screen ready to share so that we can wrap up our Relationships with Mom series, part 3. And so today, we're going to dibble dabble. Oh, yes. We're going to dibble dabble into the space where we are talking about um, the ugly. Here we are. We're back. Okay, so we're back. Let me do this. Is a thing. Okay. For some strange reason, they're getting a disconnect. But now that we're back, I'm going to just kind of speak with you verbatim some information that I pulled together that I actually wanted to share with you today to wrap up our series. Um, and in particular, I want to say this because I don't want this to come across that this is like how it is or how it happens or this is the type of um, mothering that occurs or happens. I think that there are moments where many of us as mothers, I'm speaking as a mother myself, that we can flow in and out of some of these particular traits. And I think if there's a good way to be about even a bad trait, is that some of these traits we are better at than others. And for anyone that's, that's been around for a while and that has either one, you have several children and you've kind of seen how your characteristics and your personality and your role as a mom has evolved and changed, you would have a great deal more insight than maybe perhaps even myself, because you've been a mother for a lot longer and you've had a variety of different children with different personalities and what have you that that have affected uh, how you go about being a mom, and or vice versa with perhaps your relationships with maybe your siblings, and maybe your relationships if you're coming from the circumstance of being the child or the son daughter looking at your relationship with mom. Maybe you've perhaps seen many of these traits come out in your relationship with your mother. All right, so let us, ooh, it's hot off the presses there. Let us take a look at some of the ugly. These are some of the toxic traits that perhaps we can see in our relationships with mom. Okay. Very first one, I titled this one Strangers. Okay. This is the type of relationship maybe that you feel relates best to where you are with your mother right now. There are moments when, specifically when I'm in sessions with clients, that I can really sense that maybe their relationship with their parents or their immediate family members are strained, and then it's learning what that is all about and how that has affected them and is still affecting them to this day. So maybe you're one of those that relate to the particular trait of feeling that yo, mom and I, we're strangers. We're not close. Uh, we're in a place where we're not trying to work on it to be better, to be closer. So if this is your situation and you relate to perhaps uh, being a stranger or feeling estranged or separated from your mother, this is some of these things that I'm stating here could very much so relate to what you're going through. If you prefer to keep mom out of your life and she's the last one to hear about what's going on in it, your relationship is probably of this type, which is the stranger. In this case, the mother and or the son and daughter, they do not involve each other in their lives and don't share any problems or thoughts, at least the really important ones, unless it's necessary, and they practically almost don't know each other. Okay, now how it can affect you if you're coming from the circumstance of looking at this from the child or being that son or daughter point of view. Children with detached relationships with their parents are likely to experience depression, anxiety, and they're more likely to experience having low self-esteem. Excuse me, my allergies are kicking my tail this week as we're kind of transitioning with our weather here in Northern California from being like really hot, like warm, to like really cool with the fog settling in over the bay and stuff. Everything's a hot mess. So I feel stuffy and I'm sure I sound stuffy right now. In addition, it may also lead to a frustrating relationship uh, with life partners in your life. And at times, if this is you looking at it from the circumstance of being the child of a mom which you are estranged from, you can grow up becoming very responsible and independent. Um, since particularly in this particular relationship dynamic, you've always found a way to fend for yourself and to learn how to solve your problems. So that's one of the traits. And perhaps another trait we'll talk about here now is devaluation. Devaluation. This is a case where it's similar to the previous one, to being a stranger or feeling estranged from your mother. But it's a one-sided case that involves a narcissist, whether it's you that has those traits or it's the mother. Either one is focused on themselves only and cares more about their image and what people think rather than about the actual relationship or the person. Uh, this mother is trying to look perfect from the outside, but perhaps devalues their relationship with their son or their daughter. How it can affect you as the child that may be in this relationship, and this is the kind of relationship you have with your mom. This is a case where if the mother has these narcissistic traits, instead of actually feeling love, the daughter or the son, that being you, if you're in the situation of being the child of this type of mother, can stay emotionally needy and needs constant reassurance of other people's feelings. What's good about this particular kind of dynamic relationship with mom is that he or she is a great support to others. Oftentimes, this is what can be found, and is very loyal and insightful person. Uh, if the son or daughter is the one that actually is exhibiting and has the narcissistic traits, and the mother it doesn't try to change this attitude in the child early on, the son and daughter can most likely become selfish and ignorant towards others. Now these are traits to be aware of and to look for. It's not saying that, yes, maybe if this is the type of relationship dynamic you have with your mother, that it's going to happen this way. but there is a potential for you to see these types of things that are being described occurring. Okay. Okay. We're looking at our next trait. We are talking about ugly, toxic traits that could occur within a mothering relationship between you and your mother, or the mother and the child. Next one to look for and to be aware of that could be a potential is dismission. This is a case of one-sided rejection that typically involves the mothers playing the one who is doing the dismissing. This happens when she ignores or dismisses the son or daughter's achievements, no matter what the son or daughter did. In this case, the mother is hard to impress, and she never seems to be or appears to be proud of the son or daughter. Uh, she can become totally apathetic and or tries to make the son or daughter try harder to reach unreachable goals. How this can affect the child or you as a son or daughter in this type of relationship, a dismissive relationship with mom. Raised by these mothers, these children can grow up experiencing deep self-doubt and feeling of unworthiness of attention or any kind of feelings. At the same time, they are so desperately longing for love and recognition. You know, sometimes as I'm reading these out loud to you and I'm thinking about these, sometimes I'll get people who are like, they don't, the past is in the past. There's nothing they can do about it. They cannot change it. True. Sometimes in therapy, it's needed to unpack what happened there to understand what in the world is going on right now. And especially if you're wanting to move forward and not keep repeating the same thing, to understand perhaps some of these relationship dynamics that you've had and probably still have going on that are still affecting you. Okay, so we're moving along. I didn't want to keep you too long today. I'm not feeling my 110%. So I want to kind of wrap it up with another particular trait that I believe we are all familiar with. And again, these traits are not set in stone. I believe that in a process of parenting, we swim back and forth into these different traits at different times, and throughout the childhood, throughout the stages of development too. I feel like parents float in and out of particular traits of their parenting. Um, and it's just important to be aware of what these are so that you're not going overboard and exhibiting too much of a particular trait. Okay. So the last trait we're going to look at here, and this is looking at the ugly, the potential toxic relationships that can occur with mom, is the authoritarian style of mothering. This is a case that involves an over controlling mother who micromanages their children constantly, being sure that she'll fail without that the children will fail without her guidance. She never gives the child a choice and does not value the child's words or opinions. She can become very demanding at the same time, saying she does it for her child's own good. The child, in turn, either openly or quietly rebels. How this can affect you as the child and or as that son or daughter of this type of uh, mothering. Children with these mothers are hypercritical of themselves, They have low self esteem, tend to devalue their own opinions, which can lead to depression. On a positive note, though, these children are very responsible and committed in their relationships. So, looking at all of these that I mentioned, uh, we started with strangers. Perhaps that's the type of dynamic and relationship you have with your mom. We went to devaluation that can lean towards narcissistic tendencies, whether that is you seeing that in the mother, and or that is something you see in yourself, and that puts a strain on your relationship with your mom. Dismission, uh, and also last but not least, we looked at the authoritarian style or type of mother. So, thinking about all of these, which type do you belong to? And what do you find the hardest and the best about it? Or perhaps maybe you don't subscribe to or recognize yourself as fitting into any one of the particular types I mentioned. That's okay. Hey, I would love it if you could, though, if you could share your thoughts in the comments. And also remember that um, my email address is right here. You can email me and let me know your thoughts. Also, if there's any topics or anything covered or that you would like to see covered um, in the live streams or time together, that would be awesome too. Love to take some ideas and feedback. Here's one of the things that I know that parenting, and we're going to keep up with kind of our parenting series next month, especially in the United States here. We are going to be getting ready for Father's Day. So we're going to take a look at the traits, the good, the bad, the ugly, with fatherhood. Now, I'm because I'm not speaking from the experience of a father, because I'm not, but the experience from having a father and the experience of um, seeing my husband as a father, I will be able to tie in that into our discussion for June. So we're going to kick off a series, uh, relationships with dad, with our fathers, um, next month to honor the month with Father's Day and what have you. Here's one thing I know for sure in all of this is that becoming a parent is a major life transforming event. Um, Let me say that I have interacted with individuals that have had great, wonderful relationships with their parents, and I have had the privilege to counsel and interact with people who do not have good relationships with their parents or their families in general. And I want to say that both are very impactful. Uh, there are some people that are prepared mentally, physically, and emotionally to parent, and there are some people that are not. Um, and that's not to say that the people that are prepared are going to be perfect at it. Absolutely not. That doesn't it doesn't have to be the case at all. But I believe that it definitely helps to understand that the role that you are in is life transforming. It's a great honor and privilege. Uh, it's extremely hard work. It's extremely exhausting. Um, Sometimes it can feel extremely thankless um, to being a parent and to parenting. But it's one of the most beautiful and rewarding roles you will ever be given, and one of the most difficult and one of the most challenging. For those who say, this really isn't anything with me, or I don't want to ever become a parent and I don't want children, that's okay. But know that wherever you are on your life journey, you perhaps maybe at times, if you allowed or would want to entertain it, you can interact with someone who perhaps maybe you provide a fulfilling role in their life uh, that a parent could have or would have done or didn't do or was not able to do. And that's not to say that you become someone else's mother or father, but there are points and places in people's lives that are unfulfilled. And sometimes in your role, even though you may look at yourself as just, someone's friend, you have to come in and to fill that void. That's a good way to put it. So, in that, I thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you. Please subscribe. Please click the bell so you know when things are happening and hopping and popping with Core 3. Thank you so much for bearing with me today. Allergies are real, and I'm just getting hit with allergies, and I can feel it in my voice and my throat and everything. So thank you for bearing with me today, for sounding like Snuffleupagus, probably. I appreciate you. Next week, I am working on a new little short, sweet, to the point, uplifting, inspiring information to share with you. I cannot pinpoint it just yet. I've got a few things running around in my mind. But please tune in, subscribe, and you will know soon enough in a couple of days what that's going to be about. I thank you so much for your time, and I am very grateful for the opportunity for this space that I'm given. And if you have any questions, if you need to reach out to us, we offer services in person. If you are close by to our office locations, we offer services remotely. If you want to hit us up for a consultation, just go ahead. Email me here. Information in the description link too. And we'll do a consultation to see if we jibe well. We're a good fit for your needs. And we provide music therapy, counseling, and coaching. So reach out to us if you need some more support. We'd be happy to help you. All right. Feeling all that good energy. I am sending nothing but good vibes your way, setting intentions high for you and yours. I appreciate you. Do know this: you are important, you are valued, and I thank you so much for your time. I look forward to speaking with you again next week as we do more to uplift, encourage, and inspire you along your life journey, wherever you happen to be on it. All right. Thank you so much. I wish you all the best. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And I look forward to our next time again.